Okay, I'm here with my new friend Sita and her van Sage. So we just did an interview. If you haven't watched that video, go watch it now. But now the fun stuff is we're going to be doing a tour of Sita's van. So you guys get to see all the stuff in her home on wheels. So before we get into it, I'm going to ask Sita just a few questions for those of you that are seeing this for the first time and have never seen or met Sita. How old you are and where you're from?
I am 39. I am from Long Island, New York.
And are you doing this lifestyle full-time or part-time?
I am full-time in here.
What's the year and make and name of your van?
It is a 1998 Chevy Gladiator, and its name is Sage.
As I learned earlier, you're just getting started with van life. How did you have the push to get this going?
I got into this because, well, it's something I always wanted to do, but I was living in an RV with my boyfriend, and that lasted about 2 months, and we broke up, came back to San Diego. I had gotten rid of everything. I had nothing, and I was like, all right, am I gonna move into an apartment that's super expensive, and I wasn't ready to get rid of the nomad lifestyle just yet, and I was like, screw it, I'm gonna buy a van.
So if you could tell anybody right now that's just considering this lifestyle, what would you say?
Just freaking do it. The worst case scenario is you don't like it and you can get back out of it and move back into an apartment or wherever you want to go, but at least you try it. Just do it. Just go for it.
Love it. Love it. All right. So I'm super excited to share this van with you guys. So let's get it popping.
Let's go. This van came with the bed frame already built. I tried to find the thinnest mattress I could find so that I could still sit up. So I got a 6-inch mattress, but it was so uncomfortable. I found out after a couple of days sleeping in it. It's cheap too, but it's very uncomfortable and hard, and my back was killing me. So I went and I got a really nice just memory foam or whatever, just a nice mattress topper thing. Now it's very comfortable. It's a full, and the way the bed was already kind of built, the bed frame, I didn't have to cut it or anything. I see in van life videos that they've had to cut it or shape it different, and I didn't have to do any of that, which was nice because I didn't want to deal with that. I'm 5'8". If I were to lay just on one side, which I have been doing up until very recently, I realized that I should be diagonal on this thing. So if I'm just on one side, I'm kind of hitting, each end, but so diagonal works a lot better. I can stretch out more. Underneath is not done yet. I need to figure out what I'm doing under here, but it's kind of just like a bottomless pit of stuff right now. I still have my car here, so all of my clothes are in the trunk of my car right now. So that's where my closet is. Otherwise, it will be here. When I was first in this thing, I had all my pillows and I had 2 other big pillows, and I would mountain them all on top of each other and try to get comfortable here. And with it being curved and then this thing, oh, it was just the worst. It was awful. I was like, I got to figure something else out. And I found this thing on Amazon. It's called the husband pillow. It's not like the ones you see at Target or other stores that are kind of just small. This thing was like $80, but let me tell you, for a van like this, with this shape, worth every penny. And it comes with a little round pillow thing that clips into the top to put your head on, and it's nice and firm, and it even has little pockets in the side. You can put your phone or your beer, I guess, whatever. This thing is great. I do everything in this. Yep. Read, watch my laptop, watch sunsets, all of it. Yeah, this thing is perfect. Definitely get one of these. The bulk of my storage, or I guess the bigger stuff, is gonna go under here. I don't have it planned out just yet, but I have some books, lots of books under there. And then my umbrella for outside, and my chairs for sitting outside, and then wood that I still have to finish this build with. I bought this cabinet on OfferUp. I still have to make the drawers. I took the drawers out because they're so small, and I feel like there's so much space here to have a deeper drawer, and I just thought that was really silly to have a drawer half the size than it needs to be. Like, you need all the space you can get in here. We're not trying to have a half drawer. I took those out, and I'm gonna make different ones, bigger ones. So baskets are good. I have my like kind of bathroom supplies and like face wash, all that kind of thing there. I had all these baskets from when I lived in the RV. I've always had baskets like this, you know, these are always good to have in apartment living too. Personal stuff there, my go-to grabby stuff there, like lip gloss, you know. Yeah, this is like the bedside table. Yeah, totally. Wipes and garbage bags and camp soap. This is actually pretty good where you wash dishes and your hands. Then you mix with water, and it actually does feel, it feels clean after that. Especially when you don't have a sink, it's good to have paper towels, 3 at a time, if that. You can only buy a couple at a time, no bulk here. Back here, yeah, I have extra blankets, mostly for my animals, and towels when I wash him, and that's for me. Extra sheets if I need them. This is a mess. This is kind of like the utility side, I guess. I drill nails and extra things if I need to do stuff, but then I have more dog towels, more of that window stuff, my little footrest thing when I sit outside with my chair, umbrella. This should be an extra little bit of storage. Right now it's for all the window coverings. When I take them off, I shove them up there. I do want to eventually kind of move this hole for the curtain rod down so that I can access this for more storage. Maybe, I don't know. It does actually work for all of these too when I take them off, because where else would I put them? Extra storage is good, but I am using it. I do have these, which surprisingly blocks some. So when I'm sitting here with the door open, I have another sheer curtain like this on the back window here. And I keep that covered because I like to not be so open. It's like if people are seeing right into your home. So it's different than just sitting out on a beach chair. It's like it's your home. So I like to keep a curtain up when I'm sitting in here. At night, I'll close the doors usually just because I don't like people looking in here. I have these curtains that come all the way down. And so just to kind of cover from the front cab. I like to keep that covered a little bit. It feels more of just like separate from living in your car. It's like a little home, a little more. And then I do have coverings, the reflective stuff here. I have that for all the windows. Those get covered up at night or during the day if I just want to kind of shut in here. I can cover everything up.
Wait a minute, you're watching this awesome van tour and you're not already part of the snack pack? All you gotta do is hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, throw a like on this video, and keep watching to the end. There's so much more that you're gonna want to see in Sita's van tour.
So I don't have a sink yet, so I don't have the whole gray water and plumbing and water situation, but I have a 7-gallon drinking water tank in the back. I take it to like supermarkets or any places that have those big refillable stations, and I refill my drinking water there. This is my drinking water that I keep handy up here, and then tap water for the animals or to just wash things off. I will go and fill up just anywhere I can find, like a water fountain or a sink somewhere, because I mean, yeah, it's not expensive, but paying for water, I'd rather do it less. So the way I wash dishes is I use this camp soap stuff and a sponge and water, and I do the best that I can. Yet I got to get the collapsible sink thing. Haven't yet, just been kind of winging it for now. I heard the saying there's clean and then there's camping clean. You do the best you can, and I feel like we're probably growing strong immunities in this lifestyle from that. Who knows? But
100%.
yeah, right. I use this little 1 burner, just a little butane tank thing. Works good for 1 pot cooking, 1 pan, and that's about it. Or I just eat things that don't require cooking. A little coffee pot. I should graduate to a camp coffee maker, but I turn on the engine so that powers my battery, and then it works actually well, so it's fine. That's what I make coffee with every day. So I guess this is my pantry. It's really just a couple of baskets of stuff. I don't have a whole lot. I discovered these bars and I don't know why, I just love them. And there's like 5 ingredients in them. So those are good for like on the go. Gotta have The ramen. Gotta have the ramen. It's just so easy. I can't believe I'm eating like ramen on the regular. I did hard boil some eggs. Those are good to just have. And then I yesterday made myself a little egg salad wrap. That was easy. Just little snacky things are my go-to right now. This is a 12-volt dual zone fridge. So I wanted to have the fridge and freezer. However, it is so small that I don't use the freezer. I just have the whole thing as a fridge, even though I don't even have anything in there right now. But it's supposed to be fridge, freezer. But I mean, to have just this as your fridge is just crazy to me. It was the cheapest one. These things are expensive. They're like $1,000, $800. This one was like $400. So this is my toilet. It is a little porta potty for number one. It has a little indicator here. When it gets full, it'll turn red. I like this thing. It's pretty good. And then it has a little flush thing, and then it goes down. When you open it up, it goes down into like the tank, and then you can just wash it down. Emptying it is a bit of a pain. I'll take it to like a park public bathroom, but I'm always like, oh, I don't want people to like see me carrying my toilet into like the bathroom to empty it into the toilets there. I empty it like every 5 days. I think this is something everybody needs to talk about in this life. You got to be comfortable handling your own poop. You go places where you can, public bathrooms if you're around it, but if you're like hunkered down and you gotta go, you gotta figure that shit out. So what I do, I take a garbage bag and I line this, right? I open it all up and I line it in there, pop that down, and that's just what you gotta do. And you gotta be okay with it. So I had actually gotten fabric for just other things, and I just had the scrap fabric. And so when I got this, I was like, all right, how am I gonna cover this? I was like, oh, this is scrap. Good for now. For showering, once I'm on the road, I will do as every other van lifer does and join a gym. But here, I have friends. I go to friends' houses, and I have a lot of wipes. That's another thing you got to get comfortable with. Not showering every day. It's not going to happen. So I have this is the little bag that actually my sheets came in, and I just kind of turned it into my laundry bag. Pretty small, but I guess it's fine for now. And then I just go to the laundromat when I need to do laundry. So I haven't been in this in the winter yet, and I don't see myself being in cold places. I didn't prepare it for that, this van, with the insulation, the build. I haven't dealt with how I need to stay warm just yet. I think if anything, I'll just have to get some extra blankets maybe. To stay cool, that can be a challenge. This thing can be a real little hot box sometimes, and especially at night when you can't really open too many windows. So I have my Max fan, and that blows air in, or it takes air out. So at night, I'll generally have it on the air out feature, because then I'll have my fan that's back here, my little 12-volt fan. This thing's pretty good. I'll take this and put it like up here, put it on full blast, and with that on air out, it kind of really whooshes the air through here past my bed. So that works out pretty well. This cabinet, I have it like screwed down in the back. I have little like bracket things that we screwed it down with. This plant, I got these like little kind of sticky things that are, I don't want to pull on it too much, but yeah, I stuck it down with this little double-sided sticky thing, and that works good. For now, I'm taking advantage of the fact that the build is not done, so I'm using the metal, and then I have these magnet things, these magnet clips. So that's my jewelry box right now. Little random magnet things. When I'm driving, I have my dog comfy on the bed, and then my cat, she loves to be just checking everything out when I'm driving. So I have her on a leash because she likes to stick her head out the window and actually like poke her head out like a dog. Or she'll sit on the front dash or on back of one of the chairs. But she's always all over the place, and I like to have my windows rolled all the way down, so I keep her on the leash because she will try to jump out. She's wild. So that's for when I'm driving. At night, they both sleep on the bed with me. And then during the day, I have them, he's usually just somewhere close by, wherever he can be. He's very old and just likes to lay around. And then my cat, she loves to be outside all day. So I have this long leash that I just got on Amazon, this stake. I used to always have her attached to the van, but her being a cat, she likes to get in everything. So she would go under the van and get stuck or get caught. And so I put her out on the stake so that she can't go under the van and I can control how far she can go. That's where my animals hang out all day. Awesome.
That was perfect.
So I have 2 of these little reading light, like sconce things that will be secured up eventually when I get all the walls done, but just switch on. They're rechargeable. They give off a really nice light at night. This is what they will go on. They'll stick onto wherever I end up putting them, and then they will magnet. You can do that way, that way, either way, and they come right off. And there's a little light sensor too. It can be either on or movement sensor, and bright enough that if it's right behind you or right above your head, bright enough that you can read. Yeah, I love these. They're really nice. So the 2 of those combined with my string lights, which are either battery or USB, because I didn't want to just depend on battery because I feel like you go through them so fast, but I also didn't want to just depend on plugging them in because can't always rely on that either. So these things are great. No matter what, I can use them. Got them on Amazon. And that's the only lights I use. I have the full electric, the recessed lights. I don't use them because I just love my ambiance lights. I only use them if I really need to see in here, which is not often. We're not all set up yet, but this is where, and it's on a dimmer, so I do have a full thing going. But yeah, that's not all secured in yet. So I have 2 100-watt solar panels on the roof. And then this monitors and shows you kind of where your battery's at, the amps you're using. This thing is from the front where it's plugged in like to the engine. So like when I'm driving, I put that up and it charges the battery while I'm driving. And then when I'm sitting still, I put that out. Don't ask me why. I don't know. This was how it was set up. I had nothing to do with it. And then this turns on the inverter. I have a 2000-watt inverter. So when I turn the inverter on to like plug stuff in, it's like the coffee maker or like my hair straightener. And then I have the 12-volt here, the little USBs here. I have a regular outlet over here. That's actually where I keep the 2 little chargers for those little lights so that when I do have the inverter on, I actually just plug those in real quick and let them get a quick charge. And then I have another kind of regular outlet here too, because I'll pull up my coffee maker right here and plug it there. I do have another 12-volt outlet under here. Purposely put it under there so that I knew that the fridge was going to go here. So I needed a 12-volt there to be able to plug in the fridge. So it's just tucked under there, under the seat. And I do have a Jackery. It came with the van when I bought it. The girl gave me the little Jackery with it. It's the smallest one. It does come in handy if I don't want to turn the inverter on, use a bunch of power. I can use the Jackery to just maybe plug in my speaker or my laptop. So then I have a big old battery here. It is a 200 amp hour battery. And then the MPPT solar charge controller, my little fuse bank. This is to reset the battery. Sometimes it just like overloads or just doesn't want to work anymore. And I'm able to kind of reset it without unplugging everything. That was an issue I was having. Again, I had a friend who did all this for me and then secured this down for me. They're over at Pop Top Overland here in San Diego. They do great work. They build campers. For entertainment, I don't really watch TV. I don't have a TV. And if I do want to watch Netflix or something, I have my laptop. I kind of generally listen to music or read more often. So when I do listen to music, I have my little speaker over here that thing. Music's very important to me. I do have my tiny little pill speaker in the cabinet, but this is what I need to rock out to because I gotta have my music. I know I'm in a small van and I know I should probably not have such a big speaker, but you gotta sacrifice some space for the things that you love. So I love it. That's how I live my life. whenever I want to connect the laptop to Wi-Fi, I connect it to my phone hotspot. I have AT&T.
So what are some unique things about your van?
I think the fact that I didn't custom build cabinets is one thing. Like, I found this on OfferUp and it was the absolute perfect size. And I think you can do that too. You know, you don't always have to custom build or go so extreme with things. And I guess the green outside, the dark green, and then I went with a green, well, this is kind of a sage green cabinet, and my green chairs, which are very comfortable. And I am going to putting a swivel on this so that I can have more space to sit instead of just being on your bed. I feel like that gets a little redundant. So I will be putting a swivel on here and be able to sit in here.
All right, since this channel is called Travel Snacks, what are your favorite travel snacks?
Right now, anything that comes out of a bag that I don't have to wash or clean or cook. I like Cheetos. It's so bad.
This is real life.
I'm unhealthy right now. I got to get once I get more situated in here, I think I'll get back on track. I'm not really a big snacker, but I will say, actually, this is kind of weird. I like to, when I'm feeling a little bit peckish, I like the Hawaiian rolls. I love these. They're so delicious. And then it's just like one little tiny thing. Eat it. It's, you know, carbs, a little heavier than just chips, I guess. And I love these things. This is my go-to. This is a new journey for me, and I want to help inspire and motivate people to do this lifestyle. I had a blast showing you my home, and thanks for checking it out. See ya.
Just get organized here.
Okay.
Okay, no, that's done. Together the other day. I'm not gonna say the other day because it was just today.
And I'm wearing the same.
And we're both wearing the same thing.
Yeah.
So before we get into the this is the bloopers.
Am I?
Yeah,
We're talking like I'm saying stuff as I'm standing here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Difficult to comfortably. Okay.
Like, how did it?
Wait a minute. That's probably not. I don't know if I want to say that. Yeah. That was weird. That was weird. I feel like that was weird. Oh, well, maybe not that way, but so I have two 100-watt solar. I like wheat thins. Ew, that's so boring, lame. Wait, no,
these are awesome.
Are they? Well, it's. Hold on. Scratch that. I don't remember what it was. Never mind. Wait, what am I gonna say after that? Thank you for checking out my. Nope. This is gonna get bad. I will. It's the van life, right?
Yeah.